Billy from the Bronx. Today, I'm going to talk about the Omnipod insulin delivery system in layman's terms. Because you know when you go on videos and you watch them, they got that English girl talking about like 1.5 meters away. You got the endocrinologist talking and all that fancy talk. Well, I'm going to give it to you unfiltered where you can understand. The Omnipod is a great device. Now, I've been diabetic for type 1 for 50 years. Yes, 50 years. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the best thing that's ever happened to diabetes. And I'll tell you why. You know, probably in the late 70s, my doctor said to me, we got pumps, the size of a shoebox. And they would work great. But the only thing is they might shoot 100 insulins into you and kill you. So when the Omnipod came out, I was like telling her, I don't want to do that, Now, they've got it where it's beautiful. It's a short little thing smaller than a pack of cigarettes. Talks to your G6, right? So basically this, you put the Omnipod on and now you can have it. You can be sports-like and then you don't have to worry about looking like, the spaghetti or something. Hey, Billy, you got spaghetti on you or something? No, that's my insulin. No, that's what I didn't want. So that's the beauty of the Omnipod. Smaller than a pack of cigarettes or maybe cards or something like that. You put it on your body. It talks to the G6, which is great. And then it regulates your insulin. Now, the best thing about it is this. There's a lot of things that it can do. It can monitor your blood sugar like, when you're asleep, right? And it can adjust. The nice thing I like to say about the Omnipod, it adjusts 1 hour ahead. It's thinking ahead all the time, right? It's really a good device in that sense. So wait a minute, you set the parameters. You know what I mean? Everything, you got to set the parameters for everything. Hey, you can't do that, all right? So same thing with the Omnipod. It adjusts your insulin to what you set it at. Now, for me, being diabetic for 51 years, I'll tell you something. My blood sugar gets like 120. I'm like spaced out. I'm like, hey, where am I? Now, that's just me. So I told the doctor, I said, hey, what can you set this at? So I set it at 150, the highest, right? 150, and I haven't felt like, like squeezy or something like, hey, Billy, you okay? You been drinking anything? No, my blood sugar is set at the right. That's what I like about the Omnipod. It's a marriage between the Dexcom 6 and the Omnipod. Now, I'll say one thing too about it. You do have to put the pod on, but it's no big deal. God damn it, it's easy as hell. You can just put it on. It gives you the instructions. If you can't figure that out, I'm sorry. You know what? It's great. And you young kids complaining about, the Omnipod, I didn't like it, blah, blah, blah. No way. You know what? I'll tell you something. Back 50 years ago, you don't understand how easy this stuff is. Jesus Christ, it's great, right? It'll walk you through it. You can play with your phone all the time. You can get the Omnipod to work. So in that sense, too, now I don't know about your insurance. I know it might be costly and everything. But in the long run, I think it's going to be beneficial. And the best thing, too, I can say about it is it's something that diabetes has been lacking and insulin pumps have been lacking in the last 20 years, right? So with that being said, the only drawback kind of personally, I'm going, the G7's coming out. And the G7's supposed to be even better than the G6. That kind of reminds me of that rap song, I'm a G6, I'm a G6. Oh, sorry, I got carried away there. Anyway, so there are some drawbacks to it. Because personally, I don't like it when it's 3 days and you got to change the thing again, right? But hey, you know what? What the heck? If it's 3 days, it's 3 days. That's fine. You know what? All types of diabetes and, I should say, all types of diabetics can benefit from this. And that's Billy from the Bronx.